Have you ever stared up at the night sky and asked yourself, are we really alone in the universe? It's one of the oldest questions humanity has ever asked. For centuries, we've looked to the stars with wonder, curiosity, and a sense of deep mystery. And in modern times, our science has brought us closer than ever to understanding just how vast and how full the universe truly is. Today, we know that our universe contains at least 2 trillion galaxies, and each galaxy can contain hundreds of billions of stars. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, has somewhere around 100 to 400 billion stars. And based on what we've discovered from telescopes and space probes, we now believe that most of those stars have planets. In fact, there may be as many as sextillions of planets in the observable universe. Let's pause for a second. That's a number with 21 zeros. Many of these planets are rocky, orbit within the habitable zone of their stars, and have the potential to support liquid water. That means there could be billions, even trillions of worlds that are potentially capable of supporting life. So here's the paradox. If the universe is so unimaginably vast and the conditions for life seem so common, then where is everyone? Why haven't we detected any alien civilizations? Why hasn't anyone contacted us? Why is the cosmos so eerily silent? This mystery is what we call the Fermi Paradox, named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who famously asked during a lunchtime conversation in 1950, "Where is everybody?" On the surface, the numbers seem to guarantee life should be out there. If even a tiny fraction of habitable planets develop life, and an even smaller fraction of that life becomes intelligent, there should still be thousands, maybe even millions of civilizations out there. But despite decades of searching, scanning the sky with radio telescopes, looking for techno-signatures or interstellar messages, we've come up with silence. Just radio static. Just the cold emptiness of space. So what's going on? There are many possible explanations for the Fermi Paradox. Some are optimistic, others are sobering. Let's explore them. One simple possibility is that intelligent life is out there, but it's just very far away. Even at light speed, it would take tens of thousands of years to cross our galaxy. If a civilization is 10,000 light years away, and they sent us a message today, we wouldn't hear it until the year 12,025. And if they sent it 10,000 years ago, well, we wouldn't have had radios to hear it until just about now. It's like trying to have a conversation by sending messages in a bottle across the Pacific Ocean, without knowing if anyone else is sending bottles back. Timing and distance may simply be working against us. Another possibility is that we're not listening the right way. We assume aliens would use radio waves to communicate because that's what we use. But that's just a human assumption. A truly advanced civilization might use something far more exotic. Quantum communication, neutrino beams, gravitational waves, or something we haven't even discovered yet. We could be like cavemen trying to tune into Wi-Fi with a rock. There's also a hypothesis called the zoo hypothesis, which suggests that maybe aliens know about us, and they're deliberately avoiding contact. Think of how we watch animals in a protected reserve. We observe, but we don't interfere. Maybe Earth is like that. A cosmic nature preserve where we're left to evolve and develop on our own, without interference. Now here's where things start to get a little eerie. What if intelligent civilizations are common, but they don't last very long? What if every civilization eventually reaches a point where it gains the power to destroy itself, and does? This is the idea of self-destruction as the cosmic norm. Think about it. Once a species can build nuclear weapons, or engineer powerful viruses, or create artificial intelligence beyond its control, it faces an existential risk. Maybe intelligent life is its own worst enemy, and every time it arises, it flames out before it can spread among the stars. This leads us to one of the most chilling concepts in all of astrobiology, the Great Filter. The Great Filter is a hypothetical barrier that prevents life from advancing beyond a certain stage. It could be something simple like the transition from single-celled to multi-celled life, which took billions of years on Earth. Or it could be something more modern, like surviving the invention of global-scale technologies. Now here's the terrifying part. We don't know if the Great Filter is behind us or still ahead of us. If it's behind us, we might be incredibly rare. Maybe complex life is almost impossible. Maybe Earth is one of the few planets to get this far. That would make us special, precious, and worth protecting. But if the Great Filter is ahead of us, then humanity may still be on a path towards self-destruction. That would mean civilizations are common, but none survive long enough to make contact. In that case, the silence isn't comforting. It's a warning. And then there's one last possibility. What if we're the first? What if the universe is only now beginning to awaken with intelligent life, and we're among its very first sparks of consciousness? Maybe out of the trillions of stars, we're the ones who are just starting to look up and ask, who else is out there? That idea is both lonely and hopeful, because it means that we matter, that our future, our choices, our survival are not just important for us, but for the entire cosmos. If we are the first voice to rise in the great silence, then it's our voice that can echo into the future. We may not have answers yet, but that doesn't mean the question isn't worth asking. Because every time we search the sky, every time we build a better telescope, every time we send a signal into the void, we are participating in something extraordinary. We are reaching out, not just to find others, but to discover who we are in the grand story of the universe. So the next time you look up at the stars and you feel that quiet tug of wonder, remember, the silence isn't an answer. It's a question. A question that's still waiting to be answered. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be the ones to answer it.